girl, Javy. Priestess. Back at it again with the general tarot reading for this Virgo full moon that we are having. Now, be sure to check out your sun, moon, and rising. I only have 3 videos left for Pisces season. So, everything is out except for Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Aquarius, which will be done tomorrow. But outside of that, be sure to check out your sun, moon, and rising. For daily tarot readings, check out my Instagram, justj_everything. And for other dope shit that I do, check out my website, justjeverything.com. Now, this full moon is happening tomorrow, February 27th to 27/21. 27 is my lucky number. I love it. So I'm really looking forward to this energy, and I fucking love when the moon is in Virgo. It is my favorite moon transit. There's just something about like the emotional responsibility and the emotional productivity that comes when the moon is in Virgo. It's just really conducive to my Aries fire, my Aries sun that likes to get shit done. But this Virgo full moon happens at 8 degrees Virgo. And I pulled out my handy dandy Inside Degrees notebook, and I was interested about, I'm not going to read all of it because it is quite a big excerpt, but there was a part, I mean, it is a big like verse, but this excerpt that I found is just, so for 8 degrees Virgo, Elias Lonsdale's interpretation of it is a man thinking up names for colors. And my favorite part of this, that I really think will resonate for this Virgo full moon, is you become an expert, a central force, an adept in working in the mind's magic. In the largest picture, this is a perfecting of human intelligence and its concrete penetrating power, combined with its far-reaching spread into variety and universal brotherhood. It remains narrow spectrum, rational throughout, but does this up to the best it can be done and a little bit better. And that just, I don't know, it worked, it did it for me. And now with this Virgo full moon, I really think that there are themes coming up, or what we really need to be looking at. What resonated when I tapped in was releasing what's not working versus refining and improving what is working. And that is going to be in every realm of your life, in every facet. And so that is something that's what I'm going to go into the cards about, is what's working and how to improve it versus what's not working and what needs to be released. Because what we do know about Virgo is that, you know, it's mutable earth, so adaptable and flexible, yet strong and structured and like fluid yet stable. And it's that Virgo is that fucking I'm every woman vibe. Like, and whether you're a man or not, it's this all-encompassing of the divine feminine, and this all-encompassing of really what that can be and how that can even manifest in the male body, and or people, you know, or sperm producing bodies. How can the divine feminine like manifest itself in a healthy way in those realms? So, and the thing also with like the I'm every woman and the Virgo energy is, Virgo is the mother, the daughter, the wife, the good girl, the bad girl, the slut. It can be all of those things, and that energy can tap into all of those spectrums of existence. I'm not even going to limit that to femininity. It's just those are all those different spectrums and archetypes that Virgo really has the power to tap into. So with this full moon, there are themes of your attention to detail, which is a very Virgoan trait. They have that critical eye and that ability to, Virgos make the fucking world go round. And so how are you making your world go round? Themes of attention to detail, how you're cultivating a stronger sense of attention to detail in your life and in your work, discernment, what's going on with your standards for yourself also, what's going on for your standards of other people and how other people treat you, what's going on with your standards of who you devote yourself to or who you put in work for. So there is definitely going to be releases happening here, big shifts happening, things coming to light, things being felt and revealed in regards to those themes. And I felt like, the moon has been out for days, like out in the sky during the day. It's been visible for days, at least in Utah. And when the moon is out during the day, it usually indicates a really hyper emotional day. A day when just emotions are on the brain, things of that nature, things are coming up. And this Virgo full moon has been, granted the moon hasn't been in Virgo this entire week, but it's been out, and this feels like it's just going to be a doozy, as it's supposed to. Virgo is not here to play games. Virgo, gets shit done. But Virgo is like, they can play games, and they are funny, and they are hilarious, and they do have that, but there's like a central intelligence kind of that really you have to have, and a certain level of having your shit together in order to get their humor. So Virgo isn't all just fun and game. Isn't all just like, but there are fun and games for sure. But it's a very do it right and do it right the first time. A job worth doing is worth doing right the fucking first time. And then let's fucking play hard afterwards. Work hard, play hard. That mutable earth, being able to be fluid. But this full moon is here to let you know that your attention to detail you improving and increasing your attention to detail in your life will overall improve your life, period. No matter what. It can't hurt. Just paying attention. Can't hurt. Also, Virgo, we always talk about how productive and proactive and refined and high quality, Virgo is, but there is another side of it. There is very, Eight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. There is this very restricted side that they are restricted by how critical they are. They I know some really lazy Virgos. I have seen some Virgos that really started out their life really fucking lazy. And then kicked in fucking gear. Especially if there are issues or trauma regarding the mother. Because in Virgo, the mother-daughter relationship is highlighted. So if there is trauma or abandonment or really anger or substance abuse issues or even disability or issues with the mother and the daughter, that are not even just mother-daughter, it can be mother and son, but especially if there are issues with the mother in a Virgo son's life, then it can definitely manifest through not being structured early on. But there are highlights. The mother-daughter relationship is highlighted in Virgo for everybody. So there definitely could be releases in regards to your mother, things coming up in regards to your mother, secrets or just new awareness, having more really in-depth conversations with your mother. So that could be a thing that's going on. So I'm ready to tap in, take a deep breath, hydrate, get some water, get some tea. I got hot tea. This is like bedtime tea. I'm trying to, actually like a very Virgo thing that I've worked all fucking day and took like maybe 30 minutes and then came in and started working again. And so that isn't always like the best quality either. You know what I mean? There is that workaholic thing that comes out with Virgo as well. So really needing to keep balance in that. Really knowing your limits, knowing your boundaries, knowing how to listen to your body. When your body is telling you, no, you got one more in you, bitch, then turn it off and really tune in. That kind of thing. I didn't mean to call you bitch. I just don't know your name individually. Sorry. But yeah, take a deep breath. What is the overall message for this Virgo full moon that we need to know? Please show us the overall message for this Virgo full moon. The cards have been so reticent in Pisces season. It's been so interesting to see just how slowed down everything gets, how thick it gets. Thick. Like just the current, like moving through like the ether, it just gets really thick. So for everyone watching, what is the overall message that we need to know for this Virgo full moon tomorrow, February 27th, 2021, Pisces season? The overall message, King of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. What is working versus what is not working? The overall message is it's time to really step up to the plate, and things are being released that have kept us from stepping up to the plate previously. There is focus coming in, harness, sharp. It's like even like flowing through me is just like the overall message. It's time to like not just get your mind on your money and your money on your mind, though that is an aspect. It's really time to just like get fucking responsible. This feels like growing up. I feel like a lot of us are letting go of childish things, letting go of childish mindsets, really getting grounded, really taking accountability for our actions, taking accountability for our spending habits. Some of you want to be spending money like you are a king, but you haven't put in the work to be the king yet. And that is really what's happening. Or some of you, the work's not available for you to be the king yet. So you used to be the king and now you're trying to really hustle and get back on it. But some of you, it's like you got to earn your stripes. You got to pay your dues. And that is one thing that Virgo will let you know with the quickness. Oh, honey, no, you are not qualified for this. Sit down. Go back to school. Study. So some of you, that is like a strong message that's coming in. Like, be careful of trying to like, this is like trying to like floss or finesse possibly. Like, be careful of materialism. Be careful of being swayed by money. Be careful of being impressed by money or flashy things or materialistic things, or even like popularity. Be careful of envying people or envying superficial things or coveting or like lusting after wealth and recognition. And this is just like, oof. It's like, don't be impressed by like the person with 1 million views, like because of their content. Be impressed by the content of someone's heart. be impressed by how people show up for you. And it's not a dig on anybody with fucking high amount of followers. I know my ass is going to be there at 1.2, and I hope that someone checks me and keeps me grounded and makes sure that my content stays true. And that, I'm doing that for my motherfucking self, of course, but I have keep people around you who will keep you grounded and help you stay responsible and stay connected to your goal. So there's something about not being impressed with the flashy or being impressed with the superficial. Make sure that you are really impressed and swayed and drawn to the content of people's heart, not the contents of their wallet or the contents of their levels of popularity. There's like, it's time to focus. It's time to really get grounded and put your blinders on. And I feel like that's something that we talked about, heavily in Aquarius season, is not getting like swayed by, not getting swayed by all that's going on, and really like putting what did I say? It was like finding tunnel vision. And as opposed to getting like swept up in the wind tunnel, finding a way to transmute that energy into tunnel vision, and you really focusing, his heads down, not having idle hands, really putting in the work. It's time to put in the work to grow something, especially if it's in regards to entrepreneurship or working for yourself. There is absolutely opportunities that are coming into you, as long as you guys are really managing your time well and stop juggling balls that don't need to be juggled. Like that's what we're looking at. What's working? Like, some of you, I feel like, are putting effort into things that aren't necessarily working in your favor right now, and not putting enough energy into what is working. And it's just like, if one thing, let's say you have two businesses and your heart's really in one business, but the money is currently like it's currently popping in the other business. You can still do both, but strike while the iron's hot. You hear me? Okay. So for all of us, what needs to be released? What is no longer working? And this is going to manifest differently for everybody. But for this general reading, what is no longer working? What's coming up? What's this Virgo moon? This Virgo full moon is going to strip something away. And what needs to be released? All full moons, there is a blinding of light, a losing of a luminary. Please show us what needs to be released. What's no longer working? What is no longer working? Ace of Cups, the Sun. What's no longer working? What needs to be released? That's interesting. 9 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Well, damn. I feel like for some of you, what's no longer working is maybe something with someone with heavy Leo placements, like a Leo sun, moon, or rising, or maybe a water sign, someone with a water sun. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, sun. Some of you, this relationship could have like come in hot. There may be someone with Leo placements that's like, it came in hotter, and it's just like, ooh, what's to be released? What's no longer working? I feel like maybe some of you are giving unconditional love to this person. And also, it's like, this is really interesting. I feel like what's no longer working is your desire to really steer the path. This feels like what's being released is the illusion of control. This really feels like the divine is at work. The divine is coming in. There is love. I mean, I hate to say that, but there is love, like divine, deep love that you couldn't have asked for coming in. There's light coming in, things like to illuminate what's going on in your life. For some of you, I feel like you're not seeing things very clearly, and there is like fun, enjoyment, and also like what's being released is maybe like some of you are maybe overvaluing fun, overvaluing love. Some of you are like, oh, I need this grand, intense, big, deep thing, and it's just like you couldn't be in a place of really, really trying to manifest love, and I feel like you've already planted your seed. Those of you who are calling in a divine relationship, you don't need to call it in anymore. It's like you've gotten specific, you've done, what you need to do, like you have planted the seed, you've called it out, like you sent the ripples out there. It's time to really start focusing on you, having fun, having a good time, letting yourself just be in more of a childlike state. And also let yourself be, whatever it is, even if it's not a relationship, whatever it is you're trying to call in or manifest, it's not something that you need to, sit around and, wait for it. It's here. You still need to go out and, live life and have fun and have a good time and just let things flow. So what is needed to improve upon what is working? Four of Wands. What is needed is fun. I feel like stability. Some of you are really finding a balance between your passions and your practicality. How can you have fun but also get shit done? This is finding a way to really do cool stuff, but make money. I also feel like some of you, it's there's something about events or a wedding. Or some kind of gathering that is coming in. It's I also feel like some of you, how you can improve upon it is by marketing. You're needing to maybe boosting ads or promotions or doing things of that nature. There is something about marketing more, or how you're marketing yourself. Getting a stable game plan in regards to marketing, or in regards to how you're going to handle events or weddings. There's more structure is just needed. How can you improve? It's just it's time to impose more structure. You can't have a tent with with 3 wands. You're not gonna have equal space. You know what I mean? Fours are structure, stability, togetherness. And also, for a lot of this, what this feels like is just that. It's that Virgo in control, where you think you have control, where you want to have control, where you want to criticize, or you want to be critical and refine things. The divine is the divine is really stepping in, asking you how's that hamster wheel treating you? You know what I mean? And that's not for all of you. You're not all on a hamster wheel, but it's just there is a certain level of understanding that, it's needing to tap in and see the plan, connect with the divine's future and the divine vision. And once you see it, you start executing it. You start putting in the work. It doesn't mean you're just sitting around putting in work waiting for it to come. It just comes. It happens. It happens over time. It happens, and in you, And that's a part of this responsibility thing that's coming up, is like there's something about taking responsibility by way of like having faith. Like having faith that you are doing what you feel like the vision, what your mission is, what you're here to do. And what don't we see coming with this full moon? What don't we see coming? Queen of Wands, Six of Wands. What you don't see coming is your oncoming success. It's like if you really start planning for it, this is like public success. This is public recognition. Some of you, like what you don't see coming is like you being really successful and you accomplishing your goals. Especially if you're operating in the realm of passion. And for those of you who aren't doing work that you're really passionate about, this is your call to action. It's time to get in line. Stop doing shit that you hate. Start getting a plan. Start taking some accountability. That didn't sound good. I don't know what that was. And some of the accountability that you're going to have to take, it comes with making cuts. You can't be doing, if in order for you to get where you want to go, you can't keep doing what you've always done. You have got to take it to the next level. For some of you, that comes with cutting out people that you thought were core foundational people. For some of you, it comes as far as like, all the fives. It comes by way of giving yourself clarity. Understanding that, hey, this is a conflict. I need to resolve conflict. For some of you, what's coming up is what's working, what's not working in the realm of the mind, the heart, and your finances. And in Pisces season, there is this layer of fog, this confusion that we don't necessarily, it's supposed to be there. That Piscean level of confusion, it's there to figure out what the fuck you believe in. And Virgo, opposite of Pisces, is like, what do you do about it? What do you do on a day-to-day basis that is going to harness you into this ultimate belief, that 12th house Piscean, like, y'all know I love the things. It's like, this is Virgo down here, and this is Pisces. So down here in Virgo, mutable earth, what are you doing on a day-to-day basis? How can you be stable yet fluid that is going to help propel you into this Piscean, all-encompassing, intuitive realm where you're just operating based on because you've done the work, you've done the Virgoan work to the point where it's muscle memory, that you break into spirit in Pisces season, and that shit is available to all of us now. So it's really time to take a look at what numbers aren't working. For some of you, the numbers don't add up. For some of you, this person's effort doesn't add up. For some of you, you're crying over spilt milk still, and it's time to move forward. It's time to, if it feels off, it fucking is. So honor your intuition. It's time to also let go of past hurts. You don't have to, just because someone hurt you it doesn't mean that you have to completely cut them off, but for sometimes it does. And that's really the discernment that's coming in. Some of you will be cutting out foundational people and also projects or jobs in order to rebuild a sound foundation where, in a safe place where you can really look at your past trauma, the hurt, and the heaviness that you're still carrying around with you, and how to remove yourself from that situation, how to remove yourself from codependency, how to break codependent habits, how to deal with abandonment, how to deal with feeling left out, how to deal with the confusion. And that's what Pisces season is here for you to do. It's like there is something bigger than you. There is a force. All of this is your whole scope and perspective is really being expanded as it's supposed to be. And going from the Seven of Cups, bottom of the deck, Two of Cups, it's like what you encounter when you really take a hard look at what's working versus what's not working. It'll be self-love that is really going to help you make the cuts, make the decisions. It's going to be the understanding that you can receive the kind of love that you want. You can have reciprocity. You can have equality in your relationships. And it's up to you to get that, to set that standard for yourself. Because you can, and you're motherfucking worth it. I love you.